And always know you have the opportunity to unmute yourself at any time during this practice if you have a question or something happens with our audio, video, etc. So a couple more sweeps with the warm palms. And then we'll set that cup or whatever you're using off to the side. And we'll make our way down onto the back body to begin. So as you arrive onto your back, not necessary, but I'm going to use my rolled up towel underneath my shoulder blades, just again to give my my chest, my thoracic spine a lift on a physical level. What that does is opens up the chest, counters all that forward rounding that we do all day, but it also gives an opportunity as we take the breath in, it opens up the chest so we can free that breath to fill the upper body, the ribs, and the belly. So as you bring yourself down, legs can be in whatever position. I'm going to take constructive rest, where my knees rest on each other. My feet are kind of pigeon-toed out to the side. Resting the hands on the belly, maybe closing down the eyes. And as you let yourself arrive to your mat, you let yourself arrive to this practice, bring all your attention to the breath. Begin to bring the breath in through the nose as it travels through the throat, the upper chest, the ribs, maybe to the belly. Feel that breath as the hands rest on the body. And as you exhale, feel the softness as you breathe all the air out. And another full breath in, inflating the ribs. And a slow exhale out, again, just to bring some ease into the body, ease into the mind. And this last one, let the mind now really watch the breath come into the body. Let the mind watch as that breath fills the body. Let that mind quiet as the air is exhaled and the body relaxes. One more breath like that. And then if you're using anything underneath the body, just take a roll over to the side. Take that out, come back down flat on your back. Let the arms extend overhead, point the toes, take a nice full body stretch here. Squeeze the shoulder blades, maybe wiggle around, feel into your space. And then bring the arms down beside the body. Again, the knees can be bent like in a bridge position if that feels good on your low back. Take a moment here, squeeze the shoulder blades under so that drops the shoulder tips down. Maybe even with the eyes closed, as you take a deep breath in and you gather in the belly. We're just going to rotate the head slowly to the right. So we're not forcing it to go anywhere. We're just kind of noticing the range of motion we have here this morning through the neck. And then inhale as you're ready to bring it back to center. And we'll just drop it over to the left. Maybe noticing the range of motion might be different on this side versus the right. Back to center on the in-breath. And just take about 3 sweeps here. Rolling across the roundness in the back of the skull. From one side to the other. Again, the more you use your breath, the more you extend the exhales, the softer the body becomes, but the nervous system starts to settle down. So what that means for our muscles is they're in a safe zone and they're able to respond better when you use your breath. Last time, finish the rotation and bring the head back to that neutral position. On your inhale, lift the arms up towards the ceiling. And on the exhale, let them fall overhead onto the back of the hands. Just opening up through those shoulder girdles here. Inhale, draw those arms back, up, fingers pointing towards the ceiling. And then lower those palms down to the hips. And let's take 3 more. Move with breath. Inhaling, arms come up and fall overhead as the inhale. And then as you exhale all the air out, let those arms come back up and back to the side body. Last time. Checking in with the rotator cuff here. Extend the arms out to a T, palms down. Now we're going to rotate through the arms, but we're going to rotate from the shoulder joint. So the whole arm will be moving, turning over from the shoulders, not the wrist. So palms are down. Take in a full breath, gather the belly, and then flip those palms onto the back of the hand, but rotate through. So you're externally rotating those shoulders open. And then exhale, palms return flat down on the mat as you internally rotate through the shoulders. So I want you to feel this in the shoulders, not in the wrists, not in the forearms. Inhale, palms towards the ceiling. Maybe the thumb and the pinky finger land on the mat. Exhale, palms return flat. And we'll take about 3. Spread through the fingers as the palms are up, pinky away from the thumb, and then return, palms flat. 1 more. Roll from the shoulder joints. And then return, palms flat. Take a bend at the elbow, 90 degrees, like goalpost arms, fingers towards the ceiling, palms facing away, elbows directly out from the shoulder joints to the side. Again, draw the belly in as you take an inhale, slide tuck into that pelvis so you feel the whole low back supported by your mat. Again, working right into the rotator cuff here. Drop the palms down towards the hips. Fingers point towards the bottom of your mat. It may not come to the mat. Don't worry. Just feel into the rotation into the shoulders. Inhale, bring the fingertips back so they point towards the ceiling. Exhale, back of the hands come to the top of the mat or towards it. And then inhale back to center. So take a couple sweeps. Palms down towards the hips. Palms back. Facing up to rest on the back of the hands. We'll take about 3 more of those. And again, just notice all those moving parts. What's going on in there and how does it feel? Is it making any noises? Your range of motion, is it limited more on one side than the other? Last time, finish it up. Arms back out to a T. Good. Lift the arms up. Bring one hand to the very back of the shoulders, not on top of the shoulders, but in the back as far as you can. And stack the other elbow on top of that one as it reaches for its opposite shoulders. So it's not the top of the shoulders. We're trying to, like a big hug, like you're hugging yourself towards the back. Let the elbows rest on the chest for a moment. Again, feel into your body. Draw in the breath. As you're ready, we're going to lift those shoulders or elbows up towards the ceiling, like you're taking them out of the shoulder socket, like you're trying to tap the ceiling. And then exhale, let those elbows fall overhead, any amount. And then we'll bring the elbows back up towards the ceiling and allow them to come down and rest on the chest. 2 more like that. Lift the elbows towards the ceiling. Really lift them like you could touch it. and then let them fall overhead, opening up through the lats and the soft tissue under the arms, back up towards the ceiling, reach, 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 and then lower down. Last one on your own. Nice. Let all the air out, switch it around. So whatever forearm is on top, kind of scoot that one underneath, elbows against step, reach for the back of those shoulders. Notice if you have more room to do that on this side versus the other. Let the elbows rest on the chest for a moment. Take a deep breath in. Again, slight pelvic tuck here so you feel that low back. Inhale, reach the elbows towards the ceiling, reach, reach. And then exhale the breath as the elbows come overhead. Back pointing to the ceiling on the in-breath. Exhale the air, let them rest on the chest. Take 2 more. Good. Last one. And release. Roll to one side, make your way to a seat any way you want to do it. If you want to roll front to back, take that. If your spine feels flexible enough this morning. Again, it's kind of cold and rainy here, so I'm just going to move myself around to a seat. I'm going to grab that towel again just to put underneath my sit bones, sitting up nice and straight. I have my right shin in front. Again, it doesn't really matter which one, but we'll be changing them. So as you sit up nice and tall, placing the hands, let them rest nicely on the thighs. Again, the arms dangling down to the side. So we really get a softness through the shoulders. The chin is parallel, excuse me, to the mat. Take a moment to close down the eyes to really pull up the pelvic floor. So again, like envision that you could just pull the belly and the pelvis all the way up into those low floating ribs. Imagine that wall behind you, pick up those shoulders, bring them to the ears, roll them down the back like you could set them on the wall behind you. Same with the back of the head. Deep breath in here, maintaining all of this posture. We're just going to go through that 6-point neck circling. So taking in the breath, right ear, right shoulder, chin, right shoulder, gaze over that shoulder. Exhale, drop that chin to the center of the chest as you tuck it into the throat. Left ear, left shoulder, chin, left shoulder. Head back to neutral. Reversing, left ear, left shoulder. That chin kind of goes up a bit. Roll that chin down towards the left shoulder as you gaze past the shoulder. Circle the chin down to the center of the chest. Let the head hang and notice the space in the back of the neck. Roll right ear, right shoulder. Chin, right shoulder. And then head back to neutral. Good. A roll of the shoulder blades up and back. Bringing the fingertips so the thumbs are in the back of the shoulder. Fingertips lightly on top of the shoulder joint so you can feel into your shoulders. Elbows are now wide at the same height as your shoulders. Draw the elbows back and just begin making baby circles here. So the finger pads are in place so that you can feel again what it takes in those shoulders to make this movement. Let's reverse it. And you can go as fast or as big as you'd like. One more circle and we'll come back to that neutral, elbows out. Now we're going to maintain the belly in, a nice straight spine and the chin level. And we're going to draw those elbows forward in front of us. Maybe they tap, maybe they don't. Inhale, open those elbows wide. Let's take 4. Use your breath. Inhale as you get spacious, elbows wide. And then elbows come in. The back remains nice and straight here. We'll do the cat-cow part in a little bit. Just maintain the belly and the spine. And feel into the space you're creating in the back of the shoulders. Last one. Hold the elbows in front. Draw the forearms together, hands to prayer. Keep those elbows shoulder height. This is work now. This is building a little bit of strength in there. As you're ready, maybe the gaze goes to your thumbs. Take in a breath, draw in your belly. Lift the fingertips as far straight up as you can. And then drop them back, shoulder height. We're going to take 4. Keep pressing the elbows, the forearms, and the palms together. Inhale, lift it up, and drop it back. We take it up and drop it back. It's amazing the fatigue here. One more. Actually, one more. Okay, pause, forearms together. Now slide that right palm down the left so that you bring the elbows coming into your eagle arms. So you're going to just slide the right arm down and underneath the left to come into, you can double bind at the wrist. If you're able to bring your finger pads together, that's great. And if you don't want to bind, again, just bring your forearms together. So from your eagle, lift the elbows up, again, shoulder height. Focus your spine. As you arrive in eagle, notice again, maybe the back of the shoulder joint, a little bit of an opening, and through the shoulder blades. And we're just going to take a rotation here. So draw the breath in, elbows stay high, hands away from the face, just send them back about an inch. And then rotate the arms. Keep the torso forward. Just the arms float over to the right. Take the gaze with it. Bring it back to center. Exhale all the air as you take it over to the left. And we'll do one more together. Right and left. Returning to your center position, lift the elbows. Now we'll move into that cat and cow, working into the spine with the breath. So inhaling, maybe lift the hands up to the ceiling. Maybe your gaze follows. Exhale all the air as you curl in. So draw the elbows slowly in towards the ribs, tuck the chin in. The hands fall down towards the mat, curling through the spine. Inhale, rise back up. Lift the hands, lift the gaze. Exhale, curl in and round. Exhale all the air out. Last one like this. Lift the gaze. And exhale, round in and curl. Pause in your curl now. We'll stay here for a full breath. Inhale, lifts up one more time, small arch in the spine. And then open up the arms to a cactus. Feel this space here across the collarbone. And slowly drop the hands down. Take a shoulder roll. So if you went forward the last time, this time take it the opposite way and change the crossing of your feet. Again, reestablish that spine, reestablish that pelvic lift, right? And from here, we're just going to circle through the torso. And as you circle through the torso, we can get a little bit of a 2-for-1 here by placing the palms onto the thighs, more onto the inside of the thighs, and pressing those down, kind of opening up through the hips as you make your circles. And take it the opposite way. And returning tall spine, interlace the hands at the lap. moving with breath. Big inhale draws those palms up towards the chest. Now squeeze through those fingers and pull through the finger joints. Exhale all the air as you press the palms forward in front of you, rounding through the shoulders. Inhale, we find extension and opening in that soft tissue under the arms as the palms go towards the ceiling. Then drop those palms right behind the head, elbows wide. So we're not at the neck, we're at the curvature of the skull. Let the head fall back into the palms. Open up the elbows. Now we're going to open the throat, the front of the shoulders, and the chest. So as you're ready, big inhale, draw the belly in. Drop that head back into the palms. Open up the throat. The head and neck are fully supported here. So maybe lift that chin a little higher. Keep the breath flowing. Just feel into the throat, into the upper chest. Take another deep breath. As you exhale, now curl in, elbows come in, tuck the chin in. So here, feel the back of the neck. Inhale lifts the head stays in the palm, the elbows go wide. We drop that head back, open the throat. Let's take 3, nice and slow. Elbows come together and we round. Open up. And then round, let all the air out, tuck in the chin. This also is so good on the neck. Totally supported last time. Drop the head back, pause here for a breath. Let it go. Return to neutral, straight spine. Take those palms back up to the ceiling. Good. And then bring them out to a T. So right arm is going to come across the body, straight line from the shoulder. We're going to allow that left elbow to hook into that right arm. Again, we want the right arm straight line from the shoulder joint. Draw it in with the left forearm. As soon as you arrive here, again, check the belly. So this is an eagle. This is the arm, is a T arm to the right. It comes along in front of you to the side, and then we hook it, right? And once you have it hooked, let there be dead weight in that right arm. Just let it fall. Let that left elbow hold it. So dead weight here. And notice how that changes the stretch from when you hold it rigid. It just allows those muscles back there to just relax. So take in a breath. And then maybe begin to flick through the fingers, just bringing some blood flow, circulation, movement to the finger joints. Flick as fast as you can. Then make a tight fist and just roll through that wrist. So at the same time, we've got this little shoulder opening going on here and a stretch through the back of the arm. Just get a little release, reverse that action in the wrist, take it the opposite way. Nice, last time. Relax the hand, relax the arm. Draw it in just a little bit further towards the body. Beautiful, and then we're going to open back up. Find that T. What do you feel into that left shoulder? It feels like it's been working a little bit, right? Right, reach through the fingers here. This time, left arm's just gonna sweep along in front of us so we can hook it with the right elbow crease. As we hook it, again, we wanna pay attention that the arm is not down here. It is right out, straight line from the shoulder joint. And then see if you can relax that shoulder. Draw it in with the right elbow crease. Then let it become dead weight. Just let it hang into the elbow crease here. So you're actually dropping that left shoulder tip down, but you're pulling it in towards the body. Noticing your breath. Let's bring some movement here into the left hand. Flick those fingers. As fast or as slow as feels good. Wide star hands. Good. And then make that fist and roll through the wrist here. Big breath. Beautiful. Getting ready to release now. Release the hand, just let it be dead weight. Let that arm be dead weight. Use that right forearm to pull it in just a little bit more. One nice full inhale. One nice slow exhale. Nice. Gently open up the arms one more time and extend. Right hand's going to lift up to the ceiling. Right hand's going to drop back behind the heart space. That right elbow lifting up towards the ceiling. We're going to take the left hand to the elbow. So here, first of all, watch that you're not jutting out the upper body to support this movement. Keep the ribs knitted in, keep the belly in. Use the left hand to draw that elbow up towards the ceiling. And then kind of tuck your cheek into the bicep. So the spine is nice and long, re-engage the belly. Use that left hand to continue to lift the right elbow up towards the ceiling. Keep those ribs in, take 3 breaths. Crawling the right fingertips down the back body. Last inhale and exhale here. Gently release, lift the arms, followed by the left hand coming behind the back, left elbow straight up to the ceiling. Right hand engages that elbow, sends it back. Tuck in the cheek to the bicep, knit in the ribs and the belly. Walk those left fingertips down the back as far as you can. Enjoy 3 breaths here. Gently, nice release here. Let the arms come back out to a T, reach through the fingers. We're going to take now our eagle on this side. So this time, the left arm will cross underneath the right. At the elbows, bend. Bring the forearms together, bring the hands together, or the wrists, whatever your eagle position is on this side. Draw those elbows up shoulder height. Take the hands an inch or two away from where they are right now, away from the body. Belly's engaged, the spine is nice and straight. Deep breath in, lift those elbows, and we're going to rotate to the left. Inhaling back to center. Roll it over to the right. Return to center and take one more each side. As you return to center, again, let the belly support the spine here. Take that inhale, lift the elbows, lift the hands, lift the gaze up towards the ceiling. A small arch maybe in the spine. And then exhale, let's curl in. Exhale all the air. Let the head and the hands drop down towards the mat as you curve through the spine. Again, lifting those arms back up towards the ceiling. Arch through the spine, maybe the gaze follows, and then drop it back in. Curl it in, exhale all the air out. Take one more, lift it up, arch through that spine, and drop it in. Curl it in, and this time we're going to hold here for a full breath. So once you arrive, chin is tucked in, head is heavy, shoulders rounded in and relaxed. Hands drop down, belly tucks in. Full deep breath in here. Slow exhale. Stay for one more breath. Inhaling fully, releasing slowly. And then inhale, lift up one last time. And return to neutral. Open up the arms wide as a cactus. Drop the hands slowly beside you. Enjoy a shoulder roll, this time both ways, front and back. Good. We'll extend the legs out in front of us in our Dandasana positions, seated staff pose. So again, we flare the toes. We press the heels down and away from us, so we have very active legs. Sitting up nice and tall, gather the belly, spine stacks. Inhale, lifts the arms up, find that extension. Exhale, take your fold. Keep your back straight, keep your belly in, and even if it's just an inch this morning, enjoy that inch. Find where you can rest your hands on the shins, right? Use that. Wrap your hands around the shins or the ankle. Draw your chest forward. Beginning to tuck that belly. Use the breath. See if there's any more room to draw yourself forward. Maybe a little bit more as the body begins to relax. And you might feel this in the legs. I just want you to bring your focus to the tailbone, rolling all the way up the spine to the crown of the head. Again, maybe inch the fingers down just a little more, grabbing onto the top of the shins and the ankle. One last time. Draw the chest forward towards the feet, heart to toes. Then plant the hands flat on the outside of the legs. Slide those palms along the floor to the hips. From the hips, continue towards the top of the mat as you come down onto your forearms. Last stretch for the front of the shoulder tips, the chest, and the throat. So as you press into your forearms, take a deep breath in, lift the chest as high as you can, arching through the spine. Let the head fall back into the upper trapezius. It's supported. Keep pressing through the palms, lifting through the chest, opening through the throat. 2 full deep breaths. And then nice and slow, allowing ourselves to come down to our full resting position. Slowly, the low back, low ribs, upper back, shoulder blades, and the head arrive down on the mat. Close the eyes, take in a full breath. And as you exhale the breath, maybe separate the legs to the corners of the mat and just let the feet fall open. Squeeze those shoulder blades underneath you. Allow the arms to extend out, palms up. A slight tuck of the chin. A full deep breath, allowing that exhale to just melt everything heavy and loose to the mat. Enjoy a few moments here of Shavasana. A moment to set an intention for this day. This new month we're in. Couple more breaths here. I'm going to turn the device off. Please allow yourself a few moments of just silence and breath, stillness and ease. Namaste.